Sixth Sense is like one of the first people considered a debut because it was his first big film.
Right.
But I think it was, as far as the first movie that you're known for, it was a massive hit, and it still is a very good film. Like it's effective.
It's a good movie.
I think
It's an enjoyable movie to watch. I watched it on TV not long ago.
his and his style is pretty restrained there. It's all in service of the story. There's nothing that distracts you too much. You can kind of start seeing his film school director style coming in right at the beginning of Unbreakable with the uncut shot and the train, the very first shot of the movie, where it's David Dunn sitting down, and I think it just actually pans back and forth like to different sections of the row, and it never cuts. You see him take off his wedding ring because he wants to talk to the lady that sits next to him.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the entire first 5 minutes or something is one shot, and it works. It's effective, but it's I'm actually fine with it. I like it, but you can kind of see like what it is. Like this is a oneer. This is a long shot.
Do you think his style has matured then over the last 20 years or whatever, however long it's been, since 25 years since Sixth Sense to now? I don't have the sense that he has. I think if anything, he's gone the other direction.
A little clunkier.
Yes, a little clunkier, and a little less subtle in his style.
I would agree. I think I liked Glass, but there's certain things that are just like they seem intentionally off-putting or something just to have an effect, like gotcha with this shot or something. I was fine with it. I like it. I enjoy his style, even when it is something like that. I hated it in Last Airbender. That was just like over the top, doing things in a way to just kind of ruin things.
That's a good way to make a whole group of people hate you, is to make them hate you about a great show. Have you seen the show?
I think I've seen like one episode, and I've seen clips and stuff.
It's amazing. It's a great show.
You can tell, that he just took all the energy out of it.
Yeah.
Just sad.
I was offended by the previews. I didn't even watch it. I'm a fan of the show. I like Avatar: The Last Airbender. It's very good.
And After Earth might be even worse, though. I think just the Smith Family Vanity Project. I can't remember. I might have watched it and like unwatched it, forgot about it,
repressed it.
It was like, it was like
segue.
Scientology propaganda. Basically, I think it was Scientology propaganda.
Is Shyamalan a Scientologist?
No, I think the Smiths are like secret Scientologists. They don't talk about it, or Will Smith maybe.
Really?
I think his career started going down since he became a Scientologist.
I thought it was supposed to help your career. I thought Scientology is supposed to make you more famous.
That's why John Travolta is the #1 guy, and nobody.
Well, he's not that famous anymore.
No, I know. I was just joking. I don't think Scientology helps anyone. Okay. Just Tom Cruise, but he's an outlier.
Well, and also, he's coasting on his earlier success. He's made some good movies, though. I like that movie where he had to restart his. He had to die many times. I forget what it was called.
Repeat. I think they changed the name.
Yeah, whatever that one was called. That is a very interesting movie. Very entertaining. Fun.
I haven't seen it, but it looks cool.
It's cool. It's really cool. Yeah, it's fun.
Very cool.
It's a heck of a movie. It's fun. It's cool, and I like it.
Stay on topic. So M. Night Shyamalan, his style has had its ups and downs. I think he's had a few very high points as far as style, and usually when his style is at its peak or at its most restrained is usually when his stories are better. Sixth Sense, Village, Unbreakable. Those are probably, I think, as films would stand up as his best three. He goes into Hitchcock mode sort of with his filmmaking and Signs. It's like over the top, like this is like a Hitchcock style movie.
Overly stylized.
A little bit. But it's still effective. It's still fun. It's a fun like summertime movie.
Signs is memorable. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. Well, I think that's one thing to his credit is a lot of the films that he makes, including a film like Lady in the Water, which is extremely weird, is still memorable. Yeah, it's very memorable.
True.
Whereas there are a lot of movies I've seen, and I have no idea what happens in them, and when I watch them again, I still don't remember what's going to happen, even though I've seen it before. Whereas his movies, I seem to remember the beats, I remember the characters, I remember things about them. Something sticks, whatever it is that he does.
He really... I mean, except for those like director for hire ones, which are obviously his worst, usually the ones he writes himself, he seems to really care about the story, and you can tell. Even if there's weird things about them, they are memorable because he cares, I think.
Well, some people shouldn't do director for hire things. Maybe some people.
Yeah.
It's sort of like some people just can't do certain things, even though those things are very similar. Like maybe someone like I don't want to say Malcolm Gladwell because I actually don't like his books. Let's say Christopher Hitchens is a very good nonfiction writer, but by his own admission, he would have said he couldn't write fiction, can't write fiction because he doesn't have a sense of the rhythm and scope of something like a novel. He just can't do it. Even you could say, well, you're just writing. Why can't you create a character? But they're very fundamentally different things, and so if he doesn't feel something deeply and it doesn't come from the well where ideas come from, then his visualization process is totally broken. Where he takes something that's not original, like Avatar: The Last Airbender, it comes from somewhere else, tangential to where his normal projects come from, and he tries to take his visualization and tack it on, but it just doesn't work.
He has his lane. I think he has, and he's starting to realize that. Basically, M. Night Shyamalan is he can direct a better episode of The Twilight Zone than anybody, and that's basically his career, sort of, right? I mean, they're like it could even a superhero movie comes across more like an extended Twilight Zone episode with some drama in it. That sounds bad. I don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean the elements of the story are like a Twilight Zone episode. There is a twist. There's a concept, and there's unexpected things that occur. But it's usually high concept. There's something about it that's like, what if this was like this instead of like this?
Wouldn't it be weird if it was like this?
And not as you assumed it was. It's different than that.
Yeah. Yeah, fair enough. I agree.